You're looking into Google PPC as a real estate wholesaler to get more motivated sellers. It's a great way to do it. And I do it for my own company as well as for people all across the country. And there's a lot of deals to be had with PPC. But as we all know, PPC can be very expensive if you allow it to. And honestly, Google will take your money any day of the week if you let them. And that's where it's very important to make sure that we follow these steps that I'm going to talk about today. But I appreciate you clicking on the video. My name is Dawson. I'm the owner of Real Estate Investor SEO Guy. Throughout the video, if you want me to do your PPC campaign, your SEO or Google business profile as a real estate investor myself, feel free to click the link in the description and I'd be happy to chat with you. But today, pretty much, I wanted to go over pretty much the main things of PPC. Obviously, there's videos out there for all different types of industries, but with a real estate investor myself, I want you to hear it from me firsthand from many thousands of dollars spent on PPC with mistakes over and over again to now what I have what I would consider more of a formula to have a lot of success with PPC and actually make it worthwhile, because there's too many companies out there that just don't do it right, and you can tell that they've never wholesaled themselves. You can tell that they've never done it themselves to actually get results, and they've only ran ads just to run ads. And in this industry, all running ads is different because we all know the cost per click every time somebody clicks on our stuff is very high because a lot of competitors are bidding quite a bit, and so it's something we need to keep in mind as far as PPC, that if it's something where you're a beginner or maybe you don't have a lot of deals under your belt, PPC honestly is not for you. PPC is going to be more so for those people who have some money to spend. Yes, the lead flows a lot, but honestly, and I'll just get right into it, as far as budget, typically what I like to use for a formula, depending on the area, so around 500,000 people in reach, equals around $1,500 to $2,000 every single month just on ad spend. That doesn't necessarily guarantee you leads or deals at all, right? When you first start a brand new PPC account, you have to understand that it's going to take probably 2 or 3 months to even start your campaign, really, because you're going to spend the first 2 to 3 months spending money on conversions because you need to get data for your account. You can't just start an account that is completely cold out of the water at the end of the day. You need to make sure that your account has data, Google understands your account, because all will be a lot easier from there. What do I mean by that? Well, usually the goal here in real estate investors and getting conversions, what I mean is basically either form fill outs or people calling you. And that's really what you need to make sure you have set up before you start your Google Ads campaign, is setting up conversion data in your account. That way you actually, Google understands what is considered a conversion for you, or AKA a lead, right? And so you need to make sure that Google understands what a real lead is for you. Typically what I like to do, form fill out anywhere, as well as just a phone call that's longer than 60 seconds, right? And so those two things right there, very simple, are my conversions. If you have trouble with this, there's videos all out there that basically show you how to set up conversions in your Google Ads account. Now, with that being said, it's something where with Google Ads, once you have that set up, you need to make sure you're actually targeting the right keywords. I have an example campaign in front of me. It's a campaign that actually just started very recently and is very new. And so we're still kind of working on some stuff, but this is kind of how I have it. Basically, I have a lot of different ad groups. So basically in Google Ads, you have your ad groups with your keywords within each ad group. What this does is basically you separate out your keywords. That way it's very filtered. That way down the road, when you're starting to get clicks, you then can go into over here, insights and reports, and click on search terms. And then what's going to happen is you're able to, once you actually get some data, like for example, which broad match, this isn't correct, this is from previous, but it's something where cash offers for homes and things like that. You're able to see which ad groups those are actually coming from, right? Buy my house, companies that buy houses, right? So that's where it's something where, just to keep track of everything, that's what I like to do, is make sure you have the right ad groups as well as keywords. Now, when it comes to keywords, I'll kind of show this to you. There shouldn't be any broad match in here from what I was seeing, because typically I use only exact match and phrase match. That is all I use. And the reason being is because if I'm paying for Google Ads, I want to make sure that we're only paying for high quality clicks. At the end of the day, that's what we want. is we don't want somebody looking up for homes for sale, right, in wherever, or Zillow or whatever, Redfin, because if you use Broadmatch, you will get search terms like this, and it's going to be, $20, $30, $50 every time somebody who's searching that up clicks on your ad, which I'm not saying that it wouldn't work. I'm just saying, in my opinion, it's something I have no interest in, because I only want to rank at the top and be the #1 PPC campaign for the key terms that motivated sellers are actually looking up. Yes, it's higher cost per click, and yes, it is a higher cost per lead, but at the end of the day, you're going to get more deals that way, just simply put. And so, as kind of another formula thing, is that per 500,000 people in reach, I average around 5 leads, right? So if you do the math, per 5,000 of reach, you can do anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000. Per 500,000 of reach, you can also get about 5 leads. So say you're in a county of 2 million people, and this is, of course, this is my data. This is not anybody else's. This isn't a generalized average for the industry, because everyone runs their ads differently. This is me. Obviously, you may think, oh, that's not very many leads, or oh, that's a lot. That's a very high cost per lead, which if you do the math, around $300 a lead. Very expensive. And people are like, why would you pay this? Or why would you run your campaigns this way if it's such a high cost per lead? Because our PPC campaign is going to show up and get the highest quality leads rather than quantity. I could give less a shit about how many leads we get. That I just want deals. We all want deals. And that's coming from myself, of running my own PPC campaign for years in our local market, and understanding, okay, would I rather have quantity of leads or quality of leads? And at the end of the day, I am choosing quality any day of the week. I'd rather have 5 insanely good leads and closing minimum 1 of them, right? Rather than getting 30 leads for the same price that are completely junk. Maybe you get maybe you get 1, right? Maybe. And so that's where I'm at. I'm all about just making sure we're at the top for all the best keywords possible. And so going back to that formula, 500,000 people in reach, what I mean by that is if we go to campaign settings over here, and basically you can show and hear exactly what's going on. It'll show you everything. But for example, Minnehaha County, South Dakota, 415,000 people, right? So it's a little bit less than that 500,000. So but what I mean by reach here is if you went in here and say you were in San Bernardino, right? It would basically say San Bernardino County, 5 million people. San Bernardino, California, 783,000 people. So you can kind of understand exactly with that formula what you would get based off of what you have to actually put into it. And keep in mind, like I said, you are not going to have success if you have never ran ads before and you all of a sudden just launch a campaign today exactly the way I do this and then expect to be the top ranked person, because it won't. It will take 3 months of consistent conversions to actually see ranking results, which will then increase lead quality. Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to separate PPC doing really good for you or really bad is lead quality, right? Because if your PPC campaign is ranking, it's going to be the first thing that people always see when they look up any type of keyword. Because it goes PPC campaigns, then your Google Business Profile, then your website. Because at the end of the day, with your website, you also want to make sure, let's rank our PPC campaign very first thing, right? Then from there, if you can also get your Google Business Profile to rank along with your website to rank, they're without a doubt clicking on at least one of them. And even better, because what then we can use this as is PPC is almost serving as an assistance or a benefit to your website, because now they've already seen you once with your PPC campaign. If they scroll past the sponsored ads, like a lot of people sometimes do, they see you on the profile again. They're like, wow, okay, so there's that company again. And then they go to the website organic website links, see your company again. It's like, okay, now I know which company I'm going to at least reach out to and entertain. Even if they go to somebody else, you're already looked at as the most credible. If all 3 of those are doing well, you're going to be looked at as the definite person to reach out to. There's no denying that. So that's what I love about PPC is not only are we spending money each month to get leads from that campaign, but also we want to make sure it's supporting our website, because if it's the first thing they see and they see us 2 more times organically, there's really nothing better than that. So that's why I love PPC so much. And it's something where obviously I know there's a lot of agencies out there, there's a lot of different ways of doing it. If you talk to people, and I say this to everybody, if you talk to anybody in the SEO, the PPC, and the Google business industry, in my industry, they all do it differently. And at the end of the day, this is what works for me and my clients do very, very well, is just making sure that we are keeping it tight knit. We want to make sure that our auction insights look really, really good, right? Obviously, this is a brand new account, so I don't know if this is really going to do anything. But as you can see here, with this account, it shows you impression share, top of page rate, and absolute top of page rate. Typically, absolute top of page rate, depending on the competitiveness, really, it's because I have some clients who do extremely well, and they're only at the absolute top of page rate 50% of the time, which is honestly pretty good. This is a much less competitive area. Like I said, 415,000 people, much less competitive. These are areas that I'm talking where we run ads in 2 million plus counties. And this is where, that's where you'll see more so of it really mattering for impression share, making sure we're at least at 60, 70, 80% for impression share, making sure top of page rate is at least 80%, and then absolute is at least 50%. Absolute meaning you are the number one result. Top of page rate means you're one of the 3 or 4. That's right away. And then impression share, it just goes off of total throughout all of the ads everywhere, right? And so that's basically what it is. And that's really the 2 metrics I care about. Auction insights, where is our impression share, our top of page rate, and our absolute top of page rate, and what are the search terms? What are the search terms that people are clicking on us, right? That's what I care about. If we're ranking well, because Auction Insights basically is going to show exactly where we're ranking, if we're ranking our campaign well, and we have our campaign set up where it's exact match keywords and it's phrase match keywords, so there's nothing to worry about as far as search terms. And you look at the search terms, and we're ranking well. We're also getting good search terms like cash offers for homes. Great one, right? We want that one for sure. And so if we're ranking at the top for keywords like this consistently across the board, you will get motivated sellers. Very good ones. Just have to make sure that your budget behind it is able to get you there, because that's what will stop you. Making sure that your campaign is as relevant as possible, as well as having the budget around you. So basically, relevancy also does play a factor. Just like it does SEO, it plays a factor in PPC. Relevancy meaning the relevancy of your headlines, the relevancy of your landing page especially. That's a big misconstrued thing. Having a great landing page is going to make you get to the top a lot cheaper than all of your competitors who have a very small landing page and just have it look good. But if you have an SEO optimized landing page, it's going to help you get to the top, maybe even spending $1,000 or $2,000 less than you would than the next guy who has to spend $1,000 or $2,000 more because their optimization score is a lot less than yours because their landing page isn't as optimized. Making sure you have all of your headlines and your ads completely good. Like as you can see here, I like to use asterisks. I like to use location, city, geolocation. So basically throughout counties, if there was someone, if you were in Florida and you were in Tampa, right? If their Google geolocation in their SERP detected that they were from Tampa, it would use Tampa, so it's going to make you even more relevant. So that's what I like to also do, but also you want to make sure you have images. You want to make sure you are using a logo, a business name in the ads is also very important because it's going to add relevancy and it's going to increase your conversions because you're not just some random Joe Schmo, right? You have a logo, you have a business name, you have the ads, you have the site links to your other website. It's going to be all this little stuff that doesn't cost you any money is what's going to save you money at the end of the day. So I hope this made a lot of sense. I know I threw a lot at us here, but at the end of the day, just remember these 2 things. 500,000 people in reach is going to cost you around $1,500 to $2,000 a month on average to have success, which is going to also achieve you around 5 leads on average. And no matter what it is, you just have to make sure your budget is behind it and making sure that your keywords are set, your ads are relevant, your landing page is relevant, and you will rank very well, get quality motivated sellers using PPC that is now going to support your website because the goal is have them scroll past the PPC and click on your organic stuff that doesn't cost you any money, which is the most ideal scenario. So I really hope you guys found some value out of today's video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, or you can shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'd be happy to respond to you. Otherwise, like and subscribe if you found this pretty valuable. But thanks for watching.